Welcome, everybody, to Ferriphobe Campaign 2, Episode 10. My name is Sam Lander. I am your GM. I have some players.
My name is Zerger, playing Lumi the Druid.
I'm Suda, playing Risha the Stab-Happy Rogue.
I am Sadie, playing Zari the very tall barbarian.
I'm Inter. I'm playing Krior, the really fast monk.
I am Ashes, and I'm playing Eberkeet, the future-seeing wizard.
So, last time we met up with our likely heroes, we're going to go with likely heroes. They recovered or rescued some people from a very bad group of very bad people. And then explored around a little, not even a village, a little farming encampment. Found some desecrated bodies, and a glowing a glowing dragon shard. Collected a wizard's tome off of a plinth is not the right word. It's a pedestal with a thing on top of it. Anyway, and got the story from Una, the now leader of the caravan, as the previous leader of the caravan had been killed. After getting information from Una, the characters came back to Haifa to recover and rest after spending nearly a week out exploring around, fighting many things, killing most of them. Upon getting back to town, they released Una into the care of Derashi. I don't actually know how to say it. Dare, who took them into safety and said in matter of thanks that she would get back in contact with you to have a lunch to discuss you rescuing several of her people. And with that, returned to the guild, told the master of missions, master of missions, Arpi, the tale of what you guys found. With that, she said she would get in contact with the city guard and gave you guys a nice check, leaving you to your devices until you got back in contact with too many people. Dare. So, you guys, the next day after getting a day's rest, you get a note from the Twilight Virtue. It's on Twilight Virtue letterhead. That Dare would like to meet you at the Grand Taberna restaurant in 1 week's time for lunch. Grand Taberna is one of the fancier restaurants in town. It is marked on the map as, oopsie, that's the wrong thing to do. Haha. Marked on the map as 12. It is a 3-story restaurant. The main floor has a large, has a stage where live entertainment takes place, and floors 2 and 3 are mezzanine levels that overlook the stage and the lower floors. It is as fancy as any of you guys have ever eaten, probably way fancier considering your backgrounds. So that is out in about a week, on the 4th of, I just forgot I had this pulled up as well. Calendar. Haha. So we are currently in
Parado?
Yeah, we're currently in Peridot, so it'd be on the 4th of Ruby. The start just after the summer solstice. So we will go ahead and hit people's downtime activities for this coming week. We already did some for Iberkeet because Ashes was going to be unable to make it. Ashes, if you could just do a quick review of what you did, and then we will move on.
Bought some spells, and I bought a scroll of Dispel Magic so I could get rid of the Glyph of Warding in the book that we found, and I've been spending my time studying the book. Well, I can't tell what any of them are. It's full of spells. Did figure out what one is. It's Arcane Eye.
Mm-hmm.
The non-spell parts of the book were describing demonic summoning rituals. So that's probably what they were doing there. Expected. And I picked up a name from the book that I forgot to write down. Ravenex the Maw.
Yes, Ravenex the Maw.
And all I have there is the name. I don't know what it actually pertains to. My suspicion is it's a demon that they were trying to summon. We'll find out later, probably.
I'm sure it will never come up again. All right. So Deem, what are you doing during this week?
I am doing things.
Fair enough. Did you pay enough to do projects or not?
We're going to say that I did. I haven't removed it from my sheet yet, though.
Okay. If you don't know what the things is, we can also cover it later if you don't have it off the top of your head.
I don't. I just got back in. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's fine. We will move on to Cryor.
I will train a lot with my monk school to get certain skills up.
All right. So what skill are you using to do your training? And yeah, what skill are you using to do your training?
Well, I want to take the Feedmaster, Skill Expert.
Right.
And I want to put that in acrobatics. So I think acrobatics.
Acrobatics works. So roll an acrobatics check for that. DC 10. So hey, is that actually a natural 20?
No, it's a
natural 4.
The 4 is a natural 4.
So yep. Go ahead and mark off 2 time units for your acrobatics. You feel much more limber after your week of training. I'll find something that's not so noisy to fiddle with. All right. Moving along. Leopard.
Yes. So my training consists of a few things. I have, with level 4, I have raised my Constitution 2 points. And I am in the process of training the tough feat. I have been doing a lot of distance running. Been running obstacle courses at the guild training center and at the city guard training center. And I think I asked Cryor if any of the monks at his monastery need a sparring partner or a training dummy so I can improve my damage resistance.
Yeah, there's always we'll get monks there. So even if I have time, I will spar with you from time to time if I have time enough.
Absolutely. All right, so let's see how sparring went for the week.
Okay. I'm training Constitution. It doesn't have any skills associated with it, so
Constitution doesn't actually have any skills?
it just has saving throws.
Huh. Well, then make your Constitution saving throw then.
You can also just roll a skill.
21. So yes, go
or
ahead and
rather a stat.
a stat. Yeah. Go ahead and mark off progress in your clock.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna come back to Suda. We've got redeemed. So Zerder, what's Lumi up to for the week?
A good mix of things, all pertaining to perception. He will spend some amount of time each day just walking around, eavesdropping for clues on the whereabouts of the wooden limes. Just never stopping, just keeping his ear open.
Mm-hmm.
He will spend some time as various animals each day.
Okay.
And probably figure out a quick training regiment with the Herbalist Guild in smells, sounds, touch to try to get more information at a passing glance.
Okay.
Or sniff, or just listen.
So perception or investigation, I guess, makes sense.
Perception. Perception is the target of the skill expert feat.
Sure. So perception then. $13. I said, oh, it's normal, so it's DC 10. So game tools. Yes, it's DC 10. So yep, you proceed along with your thing. Go ahead and mark the time spent off. And Risha, what have you been doing in the down week?
Risha has poor living conditions. She stays at the guild hall's barracks.
Ah, so you don't have any time for projects.
Nope.
So we will then roll right into, it is the night before it is the night of the 3rd into the 4th. You are meeting up with Dare tomorrow. You have been having insomnia has been plaguing you ever since a nightmare a couple weeks ago kept you up at night. And it's probably 2-3 a.m. when you roll back into the guild hall, completely beaten down. You haven't slept well in at least this entire week. The guild hall is not terrible living conditions, but it's really not comfortable either. And you flop yourself down into your bed, wearing your clothes, and your nightmare begins, as many of yours do, with you all alone. You're 6-7 years old, and you've lost your family. Your friends are nowhere around you. You don't know where you are in this great big city that you've recently moved to, but you know you're all alone in it. It is night, and there's nobody here. You feel the panic building up inside of you, the child's panic of having lost their parents, of not having any connection with anything around them. And just before you bolt down a street, you feel a gentle hand come down on your shoulder. Calming, reassuring.
You come back?
You look over your shoulder. You find yourself adult-sized, and you look up at this impossibly tall person next to you. She has, because she is in undeniably female, a smile on her face that says, "Nightmares do not have to be scary, child. If you're friends with the nightmare."
What? But I swear I've seen you before.
You have. In your dreams, from time to time. I have finally found you, though. And if you wish, we can talk. Like this, in these times. When your nightmares take you, they can lead you to me.
What do you mean, talk?
Talk.
I don't do well with talking.
Oh, sweet one. You do better than you think. You are strong of spirit and thought. Maybe a little afraid sometimes. Let me guide you. Let me lead you. And I only ask for some small thing from you. Something you may not even be using right now.
I have many things I don't use.
Give one to me, and let me be with you.
I don't have to be alone anymore?
She smiles, and you see your friends. You see Eberkeet at a corner stall, glowing softly white. You see Zari, blue arcing lightning from the edge of a window. You see Cryor hanging by his feet from a signpost in the middle of the street. You see Lumi in a ditch with green growing all around him. You see Liorandal striding confidently forward. You never have to be alone. They can be with you. I can be with you.
They're just my coworkers.
No, but yes.
Are you offering me true friendship?
I'm offering you something far greater than friendship.
You won't leave me like everybody else has, will you?
My dear, if you give me your soul, then I can never leave you.
I have no use for that tingy old thing anyway. And I do like permanence.
She reaches kindly, gently into your chest with one arm and into your head with another. And you find yourself awakening in the guild hall bedroom. The sound of tweeting early summer birds just outside of your window, and you have not slept that well in years. And you just hear the barest whisper in the back of your mind. Whenever you have a nightmare, just call for the Nightmare Queen, and I will lead you through it.
That actually happened. I'm not alone. I have to tell Moma. And Risha will rush out of the room half-dressed.
So Zari, you're helping out with Moma, getting her stuff. It's 10 a.m. and you see Risha pulling on her cloak, getting it settled about her, coming around the corner, looking pleased.
Moma. Rish. Oh, Zari. Hey, Moma's home, right?
I think she just went down. She might be out back, but I think she said she was going to head down and grab the flour for the next week. I told her I'd go get it, but you know how she is.
We all know how she is. But I have to tell Moma.
Tell her what?
I'm not truly alone anymore. I don't have to be alone.
Like,
I
like, when were you ever alone? We've been the six of us have been together since we had to uh leave our home. So like, I don't know what you mean.
Moma will understand. It's hard to explain. And Risha will gingerly but gently slap Zari on the lower back, because that's about as high as she can reach, and rush off towards the market.
Oh, okay, bye.
Cryor, you come up and see Risha rushing off towards the market.
What's the rush?
Oh, hey, Cryer. I didn't see you there for a second. I gotta find Moma. I have something great to tell her.
Yeah, I just passed her. She's on the way to the market.
Ooh, thanks. Bye.
All right. So yeah, Zari, you and Cryor get an amazing amount of butter put away in her cupboard, and can smell the smell of fresh baked bread filling this place. And a timer goes off just as Leorendal walks in from the street.
Does anybody know where the timer was for?
I don't. I should probably check the oven.
Yes, check the oven.
The oven is, by your estimation, the bread is done.
Okay, I find the pot holders and remove it from the oven.
All right. Iberkeet, you smell a sudden whiff of fresh baked bread as you're walking past Moma's house, or walking to Moma's house just before you reach the door.
Holy bread.
Do you guys know what's up with Risha?
I don't know. She came in here saying that um something like she doesn't have to be alone anymore. I'm not sure what she means by that. Like, we've been together since we left Miva, but I don't know. Look like maybe she had a weird dream or something.
Yeah, I hardly remember the time before that I was without us.
So,
Str-
Lumi, you find MoMA chatting with in the market. You find MoMA chatting with a large mutt dog. Like its head, when it's sitting down, its head is easily up past her waist. And she's looking like intently at its forehead and like giving it a scratch, going, Lumi, it's very kind of you to help me carry this stuff, but it would be really much easier if you had hands. So just, you know, if you could turn back into a person, that would be really good.
She may or may not react to me starting to giggle behind her, but she would probably react to, I would if I had been a dog, MoMA, and I crowd hug her from behind.
Oh, hi, Lumi. I thought this lovely pup was you, but apparently it wasn't. Here, take this. And she starts handing you packages.
And all too early, much sooner than one would suspect, Lumi, wait, it's too much!
Oh, it'll be fine. Here, just one more. And she tosses a 30-pound bag of flour on top of the, like, 3 boxes she's already handed you.
This is why you need to make your gains.
Hold on, and Lumi will actually turn into a dog with a passing remark, load up my back.
Risha, this is about the time you come into the market.
I'll come skittering to a stop, nearly falling forward. MoMA, I don't need loan anymore.
Breathe, dear, breathe. My bread's about done. Come on, follow me home. Here, take this. And she hands you a very large, preserved sausage.
Risha will glance at it questioningly for a moment and then be like, shrug, and just start swinging it around like a sword and just start chittering away to MoMA as they walk. It's gonna be great. I'll tell you all about it when we get there.
So,
with the dog following closely behind.
Mm-hmm.
Just anytime Risha will look at it, it will just tilt its head and like, huh?
When did you get a pup? That's a pack mule?
Oh, it's just Lumi. Don't worry about it. He was very kind to help carry this stuff back with me.
Oh yeah, he can do that.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was that other dog, but that other dog wasn't Lumi at all. Very sweet dog, though.
MoMA, you're such a goof.
Might have been the piece of sausage that I gave it, but you know. All right.
Yeah.
About the time the bread has cooled just enough to slice it, Risha, Lumi as a dog, and MoMA come strolling in, and MoMA's like, "Oh, Zari, good, thank you. I think I lost track of time. You've got it cut up? Good. And she bustles into the kitchen, taking things and putting them away and shooing you guys out into the main room.
So, Risha, what's all this hype about?
I had the most wonderful nightmare.
Okay.
I don't have to be alone anymore. And she'll just stare blankly into a spot a few feet in front of her face.
Loomy Dog will arrive, probably not in focus, but in vision, and just turn into Loomy. And he will say, "But you were never alone."
Not physically. Mentally. Emotionally. Been going through since Miva. Too much to explain. Too hard. Only here because of you guys. And MoMA, of course. But I don't have to be alone in my nightmares anymore.
We talked about meditation for that.
No. And Risha will explain not just the nightmare itself, but the feeling and the familiarity of it being Fey-touched as well. And go into as much detail about her thought on the connection.
Question, player GM.
Yes.
Can Lumi do a any sort of check to see if does Risha explain that the Nightmare Queen, and if he can connect the dots between Nightmare Queen and Gopta's, "Oh, we don't want to annoy her."
Yeah.
About Mab.
That would be a history check or a higher DC Arcana check. So 10 or 15. Probably 15 or 20, actually. 19 history. 20. So Iberkeet gets it from everywhere.
Rolling so many. Clicked it once, I swear.
I believe you. So yeah, so between the talking about the feeling of it being Fae and the Nightmare Queen and some of the description that Risha has given you, very much fits into not nursery rhymes. What's the proper term? Grimm's Tales.
Fairy tales?
Fairy tales, thank you. Fairy tales you've heard of the Queen of the Winter Court, Mab, the nightmare, the mistress of air and darkness, Nightmare Queen, one of her titles. Yeah, that tracks. That seems right.
Oh,
Huh. Mab, eh?
I didn't know she had that many titles. I thought it was a different Fae.
Well, to be fair, all of them just do have. Most of them have too many names, I think.
One of the things you guys would know about Fae is that they live effectively forever. They can be killed, but and you know, some of them get bored and just like accruing titles for things. I should actually write out Mab's title string sometime. It's long.
Which is why Lumi just went. Some of them, a good few of them have way too many titles and names.
Mm-hmm. Lumi, having the best passive perception, you hear the sound of a nail being driven into the wood out on the street.
Who's someone's nailing something into something outside, and walk out and see if I'm guessing it's wanted poster or similar.
So
but I will be going out to check.
So you see a page of the guard. So under rank or low ranking guard, city guard member, has a hammer in one hand, a pouch of copper nails at his waist, and has just finished attaching to the corner of the building across from Moma's house I guess you call it a woodcut image of wooden limes wanted reward for capture or return and yeah, and then a short name and description of each of the limes.
Oh, and that's also in the downtime week when Lumi was out and about. Did he ever get any whiff of anything about the wooden limes?
Their house. If you at least once walked by their house and there was a contingent of guards standing outside of their house. But other than that, no, not really.
Fair enough. Just wondering because it was one of the things when he went out wandering the city, he was actively like trying to pick up what people are talking about to try and piece wooden limes. But if he didn't get anything, he didn't get anything.
Yeah. Just general what you might have gotten normally.
I'm gonna ask the guard for a flyer.
Sure, here you go. And he takes he's got a roll of like 50 of them underneath one arm, and he undoes one of them and says, if you want more information, go talk to Amari. He's the one in charge of setting this up.
I think I know someone that would love to meet Amari again.
I think their player might be AFK.
Yeah, and also Zari's inside.
True enough. Guy walks, and like 4 or 5 blocks later, you see him turn a corner, and then you can hear the sound of another nail going into wood.
Right. So apparently they're being actively hunted now.
How many names are on the list?
6.
6. Okay.
I can actually give that to you. So Ruari, Holy Man. Oishi, second story woman. Caitlin, monk, and she's a monk of your order, same order that you're in, Kryar. Sorcha, nature priest, I guess you'd call it. Darga, wizard, because that's what they're called. And Pytor, angry man. That's what they're listed as beside their name.
Could you post that in Discord?
Sure.
I'm back.
That one. Haha. No, well.
Are the wooden limes just another set of us?
No, but yes,
Well,
but no.
we don't have a paladin.
Neither do they.
Cleric, rogue, monk, druid, wizard, barbarian.
It was a cleric, not a paladin.
Just acts like a paladin.
Hit things too.
The explanations was way too too close to our classes.
Who here has the best sense of time? Probably. Never mind. Eberkeet. You realize you guys are gonna have to leave soon-ish at this point if you're going to make it to the Grand Taberna on time.
Oh yes, that's where Zari is. Zari is getting dressed.
Oh, right. Who here other than Zari bought fancy clothes?
I got
Risha did.
Okay.
Didn't buy. Will use the ceremonial garb of the Blades. Whatchamacallit? The Blades Awakening.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I got a official robe as well, which I'm gonna use for my monk school. Basically, just the same robe, but just with fancy stitching.
Right.
Nothing real fancy.
My armor is fancy enough, thanks.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna dress like I always do.
All right.
I'm a gladiatorial cleric. I don't know what people expect of me.
To be tutorial? I don't know. All right, well, I'm going to give the people who did buy fancy clothes, I'm going to give you two an opportunity to describe them as you walk to, walk is probably the best in sound. Your way back or down to the Grand Taberna. Wow.
Okay, so when you go to pick up Zari, she will be wearing a indigo blue halter top with red trim and topaz colored sequins. An asymmetric thigh slit skirt and a pair of white gala shoes. She will have an opaque blue face veil, and her hair will be done up in a complex set of 4 braided loops made to look like butterfly wings.
That's pretty.
This isn't too much, is it?
Oh dear, it looks great.
Well, Lumi's ceremonial robes is a moss green tunic, or rather, full length vest style with bronze trim and the inshoot of browns as accent colors. And Lumi will have redone his braids so they're fresh and smooth instead of old and tangled.
Mine are just like my normal roads, but just with some fancy stitching on it. And the longer you study, the more fancy it will get. So mine is not that fancy yet.
It's subtle. What you got, Risha?
Risha is wearing a floor-length ball gown style corseted top, midnight purple sleeveless dress with lavender and teal accents, and a totally purchased apatite gemstone necklace
Ooh.
with a amethyst center stone pendant, with her lavender hair done up in a very tight top bun with a braid wrapped around holding it up.
Nice.
And it's one of the few times you can actually see her face not covered by her her cloak.
All right. So you guys arrive at the Grand Taberna. It is you got here with 5 or 10 minutes to spare. It is there are a couple people at a couple of the tables, but it's not like super busy right now. I did move you guys here. All right. Nope, that's the wrong. There we go. Grand Taberna. There is a big double, I guess you call it tavern style door in the top right corner of this room, leading into a set of, like, it's obviously that's where the kitchens are. You see people coming in, going out with plates and food and so on and so forth. Just to your left of the stage, there is a door, and as you're arriving, there is a middle height, middle height, dark skinned person. She is wearing a all violet colored outfit. It's got like it's like cotton pants, a leather half bustier, but that's not the right term, but corset, like leather half corset around her middle, with a silk top, and she takes a stringed instrument that is as tall as she is, and pulls it out to a stool and sets it up on the stage, and she starts, like, you can tell she's tuning it, like she plucks it a couple times, and it is a deep resonant sound. And the waiter comes up to you guys as you enter this place. He's got a black vest, black pants, white, like brilliantly white shirt, with the clips at the ends of the sleeves. What are those called? Brain fart. It's gonna bother me. Not cummerbund. Never mind. Anyway, made of like a jet of black stone, and the only splash of color on him is on the vest. Each of the buttons is a different blue gemstone. So one blue. Brain fart. I just lost all my blue gemstones. They're blue.
Sapphire?
Sapphire is one of them. Yeah. And he's like, group of 6, are you the Lights of Miva?
That we are.
He goes, please follow me. Your party is waiting for you on the second floor. And that would be this one. Nope, got to, hold on. I have a background. Haha. So, move to front. Haha, second floor. So, you guys see, Dare, sitting at the table up here. As you come up this set of stairs over here on the right, and she is wearing a very nice, like, off the shoulder, shirt and dress combo. It's well suited for her stature. The one thing that you guys probably noticed about her is that her hands are, like, as she's standing up, she's wearing gloves on her hands, but they, like, her arms are uncovered from wrist to shoulder, and there are any number of, or a large number of, like, scars just tracing their way up and down her arms. And the waiter says, if you sit down, we will have dinner to you in just a few moments. And entertainment will be starting shortly.
I turn to the waiter and say, there are not enough chairs at the table.
Well, I have this set up for anything, but he's like, yeah, oh yes, of course. And they move a couple of chairs out of the way and slide together. It's just a moment, and another waiter comes up and they slide together a table so that you guys can sit facing the center of the room, and sit around a extended table. And Dare stands up and offers a hand and says, welcome back. Or not welcome back. Welcome. It's good to see you. Please come sit down.
I will try to be more gentlemanly and hold out the chair for one of the ladies.
Yes, and we take seats.
Okay. So, as you guys, almost as if by magic, as the last of you sits down, waiters and waitresses appear beside you and set in front of you a small plate, which is fresh, like, roll is placed on, centered on the plate, and then a middle size, not big, not small, but middle size. You can tell just kind of by the heat, like, it is a warmed plaster is not the right term, china bowl. And as you are, like, settling in and seeing that there is a spoon on the right, a knife and a fork on the left, a spoon and a butter knife on the right, a knife and a fork on the left, and a tented, just above the plate, there's a tented cloth napkin, and the waiters, like, couple of them come up and present to Dare a bottle of sparkling white wine, and she nods her acceptance of it, which is then the waiters go around and flip the glasses over, or the stemware over, pour the wine into a wide bowled stemware, It is a sparkling white wine. And then moments after the rolls arrive on the plate, a thick, creamy soup is poured into each of your bowls. And again, as if by magic, once the last bowl of soup is ladled into place, the waiters just vanish. I mean, not literal magic. You can watch them walking out. But they vanish, and the lady with the bass gets her bow out and starts playing a very slow, gentle tune on it, and singing in a like mezzo soprano. I think that's the middle one. Without words, but like an aria.
Lumi will start eating as best he can understand the etiquette of eating at a fine restaurant.
Okay.
Which is middling at best.
It's easy to see that Dare is about as comfortable as you guys appear to be. Maybe a little bit more comfortable, but this is definitely not a common occurrence for her either. But she uses her spoon to eat the soup. It is a lobster bisque. And she kind of motions to you guys, says, "Eat up. All this stuff comes from stuff we import, and no finer food in the city, if I do have to say so myself."
Zari side eyes that.
She smiles. She's eating heartily.
Zari will take a bite of the roll. Chew for a bit, take a drink, then have some of the soup, then take another drink, and then dip the roll in the soup. And just to test the different combinations.
It is so nobody makes dinner rolls as good as Moma makes dinner rolls. But if you were willing to accept that somebody else can make a really good dinner roll, this one might be almost as good as Moma's dinner rolls. It is buttery and light, and it works great with the soup the soup is kind of heavy and thick, and the dinner roll helps kind of clear your mouth out, and then a sip of the sparkling white wine completes the effect, and it's easy to have a bite, relish in the flavor, and then take a sip of wine and clear the entire thing out of your mouth, just waiting for more.
This is very good. I hate it.
She's like, yes, I wish I could eat here every day too. I just wanted to say thank you for bringing my people back. It's greatly appreciated. She kind of chuckles. If it were up to me, we would have met at a bar down the street that I know. Little more raucous atmosphere, but my boss said that I had to take you to the finest place in town, and well, this is the finest place I know of.
Bummer that he wanted to splurge. I think it would have been cheaper to just get us in a bar.
She smiles. I mean, my boss doesn't think thanks come cheap, and he wanted to thank you as well. We would have we may never have known what happened to our people if you hadn't brought them back.
Well, I, for one, would find no greater thanks than something like this, besides cash itself.
She smiles and nods, and we may be able to do something about cash as well. And about this time, you guys are regrettably finishing the last of your soup. And the waiters bustle up again and take away the spent dishes. Add another. There's half of the bottle of white is still left, or one of the bottles of white, because it's been more than one. There's enough of you. Is still sitting on the corner, and a new glass or new stemware. This time a higher, narrower bowl is placed down in front of you, and a plate with a cover on it is placed centered in front of you as well. And again, the waiter proposes a bottle to Dare. She nods, and this is a very deep red wine, which is then poured around the table, and with a flash, the covers are lifted off of the plates, and the waiters turn away and leave again. On your plate, you find a 1.5-inch thick, deeply seared but rare in the center strip steak with julienne fries beside it, and on top of the strip steak is a compound butter that is just starting to melt into the steak, and there's a very herby, like rosemary and lemon smell coming from the compound butter. And the knife on the left is sharpened, and you are able to use it to cut the steak. The steak is perfectly prepared. Not really familiar flavor to all of you who are used to Vougie and old Vougie steak. When you've had it, something that takes a long cooking time. This is an animal you're not as familiar with, and it is like young, very mild flavored. And she's like, well, have you guys had cow before? No, you don't see very many of them around here. They tend to get eaten.
Not. This is delectable.
I have worked with it a few times.
She continues on as you guys, like, everybody takes a moment to eat, because you can't have food like this and ignore it, or at least I can't. And she goes, have you guys seen the waybills up around town?
Are you referring to the wooden limes thing? We happened to catch one of the guards nailing up a wooden one.
She nods. Here, if you guys want to spread yourself around on the right hand side of the map, I would appreciate it. She nods. Says the city guard is offering 500 brass a head alive for the limes. 200 brass dead. If you guys bring them to us instead, or at least first, we are willing to give you a bonus on top of on top of their. We wouldn't keep you from giving them to the city for the city's reward, but we would appreciate if you brought it to us first, and we would be willing to give you an extra 500 brass, alive or dead.
What purpose could you have with them before the city guard?
We have a paladin or two in our team of Emberthorn, and they have the ability to cast spells that compel the truth out of people. We want the truth from them directly from their mouths, however we can get it.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but it's actually none of our business. We take a job, we take the job.
She nods. And I'm offering you a job. Find the wooden limes for us. One at a time or all at once.
Do you have any information about the whereabouts?
I have
Still in the city.
I have a little. Our contacts in the guard have been able to get a little bit of information from them. Their house shortly after word went out that they were being sought, the guard, or shortly after the guard decided to seek them out, they raided the Lime's house and were unable to find any of them. None of them were home. There is evidence that the tale given to the Blue Rock was false, because there's evidence that all 6 of them were at home, very much alive, and no evidence that any of them had to be raised from the dead. Much of their possessions were still in the house and secured by the city guard, so it is suspected that they have not, or had not at that time, left town. Once we found out that they had escaped the grasp of the guard, we sent out word to our caravans and boats traveling up and down the river to be on the lookout for people bearing their descriptions, or at least a party of 6 people anywhere traveling east or west out of town. We haven't had any word. Nobody matching their description has left, so the suspicion is that they are somewhere in town, either hiding out in another building or having ratted themselves into the sewers. We are not sure.
I can concur with the fact that they have gone dark real fast, because I've been spending some of the last week just trying to see if I can pick up any mention of them, and I haven't gotten anything out of, at least not out of the way I've been trying to get the information.
She nods. We've been paying various groups in town to get any information they might have on them. Risha, the way she says that, you're pretty sure by that she means the local thieves guild. But she's like, nothing positive has arisen from those inquiries either. You found our people where they were hidden by people trying to hide them. I think you are the right people to find those who betrayed their their duty to protect the innocent.
They gave our adventuring guilds a bad name, and somewhat personal to me, even my monastery is involved, so yes, I will try to seek them out.
She nods, and about this time, you guys have just finished sopping up the last of the delectable juices from the steak with the remainders of your fries, and once again, people appear at your shoulders, clearing off plates and placing down in front of you a light sparkling glass of some sort of light liquor, and centered on the plate is a profiterole, or a cream puff, and it is light and cream filled and covered with chocolate, which, like, there's the crust on top of it is hard and crunchy and an exact perfect counter to the very light and flaky pastry that was set before you. And with just a few bites, the meal is concluded, and you are feeling full but unsatisfied because the tasty food is gone.
Oh, chocolate. That's rare to get here.
She grins. Yes. We supply them with chocolates from the... Oh, shoot. My brain... what did I call my brain refuses to bring up my own world building. The archipelago between this continent and the one to the south.
I think the name is on the world map, unless you imported a nameless one.
It should be, but that I don't have a world map here. Anyway, it's not worth looking up at the moment. Although I will look it up. Doggone it. Anyway, moving right along. She says, "Are you willing to go looking for them? I guess we'll know if you find them, if you bring them to us. Just know that you can get paid to us, and then we will happily let you turn them into the guard as well."
The thing that rubs me the wrong way about them isn't really the treason. It's the cowardice that to call 2 losses a irreversible loss.
She nods. Yeah. Not that we think that they lost anybody anyway. With what we were able to get from Una, we're thinking one of the people you killed in that farming encampment was one of our people, and we think that he was working with the Limes to set up this whole thing. He was the caravan leader, and we understand why you burned the bodies. There were those in the guild who wished that you could have retained at least the heads of one of them. Head and torso, they said. But either way,
We haven't burnt all of them. We only burnt the cultists.
You of the cultists.
We buried the
Right.
remainders of the caravan of your group.
Right, but one of the people who was a cultist, The math only works if one of them was also one of our caravanners. So, with a 21, Lumi, you notice that a person sitting in a chair over to this side, has finished eating at the same time basically you guys have. And as you guys are talking, he reaches into a pouch at his side and plucks out a glowing blue gem from inside of it. You have a surprise round to do something, otherwise we're going to go into initiative.
Does that gem look like the bead of force that we found?
No, it looks like the one that was floating above the corpses.
So I need to check what spells I've prepared.
Right.
Do we all have a surprise round, or only...
Lumi was the only one who got better than 20.
I cast Entangle.
All right. So I need to put up. This guy goes here.
Sorry, I lost the window. I lost the monitor the other day.
Oh. Oh, hey. With a 22, that's sufficient. Perception, not persuasion, sorry.
They're right next to each other.
Performance is in between.
Accurate enough, at least. All right, so the Orendal, you will also get to act in the surprise round, and Zari, you will not.
Okay.
All right, and then I need to... Oh, right, hold on. I need to pull up the initiative tracker. I need to clear the initiative tracker. Remove all turns. Clear. All right, I would like everybody to roll initiative, please.
Select a token.
Oh, jeez. I rolled real poor, so there you guys are going to get to act first, at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Need one more initiative.
Shiz, stop rolling such high initiative.
All right, and then sort, descending. All right. So Cryer is not part of the surprise round. So Eberkeet, you are part of the surprise round. You may react to them doing thing.
I remembered I have a different spell I could use.
Okay, well when you're coming next after Eberkeet.
Let's see. How many bystanders are around him?
He is alone at a table. There are a couple of people at this table, and then there are people on the floor below, and you can see there's some people on the floor above.
So I'm going to go ahead and cast Sleep at level 2, containing just him.
Sleep, okay. Right, then
5, 6, 7, 78
holy buckets, Batman.
worth of hit points. Go to sleep.
Do I get a save for that?
No.
It's based on hit points.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he has fewer than 7d8 hit points.
44.
44. Yeah, so immediately this person goes to sleep.
It only lasts a minute. But
Right.
That's 10 combat rounds.
Right. I would like a luck roll from somebody as this guy collapses.
Oh, he's not immune to being charmed, is he?
No,
I
he's
know
not.
some cultists might be.
There's nothing in here about immunity to charm.
Okay.
A luck
Oh no,
roll?
well I get advantage on saving throws,
Oh, okay. Then, yeah. There's no saving throw.
but there's no saving throws. So
Yeah.
all right, could I get a 1d20 luck roll, please?
I got it.
Oh, I already rolled it.
12 or 16. Loomies was appeared first, so we'll go with 16. So he collapses, the gem falling from his hand and landing on the edge of the banister, spinning slowly. Lumi, you're up.
Ibriki just nullified the need for my spell, so I'll start running around trying to grab the dude.
Okay. So you can move your pace.
That should be, with the twists and turns to avoid the table, should be 60 feet. I'm
Yep.
dashing.
And he doesn't get to act.
Hey,
So it's Cryor. You're up.
hey.
Jorandal got a
Oh, Yorindal did too.
22 perception.
Oh, well then, Yorindal, you're up before the cultist would have been up. So, sorry.
I'm just basically yelling, grab him.
Mhm.
He's got a shard.
I think it's about there.
Looks about right.
Okay.
Cryor, you're up.
I'll make a running jump from here. That's then 10 feet.
That's down 10 feet as well. Because you're on the
Yeah.
second floor.
And as bonus action, I'll do Misty Step.
You appear. I'm going to roll a thing. A natural 1. So you Misty Step next to him. And the gem that was there tumbles off of the ledge down. Please give me a reflex save.
Could
DC
Misty Step here if I wanted to.
either way.
And then I'll use the rest of my movement to slowly go back and pick up the gem.
Oh well, the gem was disturbed and fell off. But you
Oh,
get a
okay.
reflex save to try to catch it.
Asking the monk to do a reflex save.
I know. The DC is 20.
Dexterity save.
Yes. You reach down and grab the gem before it has a chance to fall to the floor below. This thing is angry is the only word for it. Do you still have an action left?
Yeah, so I feel, when I touch it, I feel anger in it.
Yes.
I'll move a little bit further,
Okay.
and I gently put it on the table.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's my action, just to carefully put it down and basically guarding it.
Okay. Iberkeet, you're up.
Because he's asleep, so.
He is asleep.
Yeah. sleep. I don't even need concentration for that.
Nope.
What else needs to be done? He's down. We grabbed the doodle.
Tie him up.
You guys are so slow.
Yeah, that was a dash.
Listen here, Crier.
Lumi.
Yoink. Dashing all the way. The cultist we will catch.
Zari.
Okay. Seeing everybody run over there, Zari is going to do a "Get down, Mr. President" and dive for what's her name?
Dare.
Dare, and make sure she is down and out of line of fire because Zari doesn't know how many others are around here.
So yeah, so she hasn't had time to react to anything going on because she's not an adventurer, so she's not like on a hair trigger like y'all are. So yeah, you tackle her to the ground and
Gently.
Yeah. But like she's like staring up at you, looking very jostled and going around the remainders of her pastry that was in her mouth. The Orandal, you're up.
And I say to her, there are vipers in this nest.
Considering she's like the size of your torso, yeah, you completely cover her.
I made it.
You did. Risha.
I have one fancy dinner for the first time in my life, and it's interrupted. And she will very calmly just stand up from her chair and walk just a little bit this way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just gotta double check distance.
70.
Still too far. Damn. No. She's gonna walk.
I finally found the name where you posted the name, and I think we said Derbil.
No.
Was the pronunciation?
Yeah. I'm just going with there because I don't actually know. I think it's got a sh sound in it. Because it's got that, oh, shoot, Irish, Gaelic. All right, set up. Is that it, Risha?
Double checking one little thing. Just need to look at these. Nope, those are not far enough either. And being the prepared person she is, from under her dress, she will pull her short bow and the 2 arrows she brought with her and notch one and just let it loose towards the cultist.
Okay.
Because she always suspects trouble and is never unarmed.
I mean, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
A 6 will miss.
Just tie them up.
Good thing that wasn't a nat 1 and hit the gem on the table.
That was a nat 1. Hey, Risha.
Oh.
Guess what you just did? Because Sadie is amazing, and that's perfect.
Oh man.
So Liorindal, as
I
you're
should stop backseat DMing.
As you're getting up to the guy going, I made it. I need to find a thing. An arrow comes flying at the cultist, but missing entirely. And instead, it hits that one right there. It hits the gemstone. Oh, come on. Please find. There it is. Haha. And out of the gemstone, please, game, please. Journal. Haha, there we go. Oh, there it
That's
is.
not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Can I do that?
Can you do which? Deflect missiles.
Only when you're the target, I think.
You do damage 0. Starting, you can use your reaction to deflect or catch missiles you are hit by range. No, it wasn't coming at you.
Okay.
So, suddenly there is a very angry bird creature standing on the table, which immediately cracks and collapses along with the banister behind it. And it just happens to be its turn. So there's this human right next to it that is passed out, which, being what this thing is, it will do a beak attack against that. Wait, it's got advantage. So a 19 will hit because it's an unconscious foe. Automatically doing crit damage, right?
Yep.
So that's another 2d6 on top of that. So this thing's beak plunges deeply into the center of this person's chest, and this winged beast cackles as it gulps down this guy's heart, killing him instantaneously. So dead cultist and a live person standing next to cultist. So, hey, Leorindal, you get a 9 to hit you.
No, I would like to remind everyone that I'm actually wearing my armor. Thank you.
You need armor.
Yeah, same here.
All right, Cryor, angry bird man creature thing, just spawned
They have
out.
a reaction.
Not to it attacking you, unless you have a reaction that works for things attacking you.
I think maybe. I have to double check real quick. Okay, no, I don't have one for it attacking me, unfortunately.
Right. All right.
Okay.
Cryor.
I will move up to it
Okay.
and attack it.
Okay.
Dual-handed. Oh, that's not the right one. That one. Dual-handed. 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
12 damage.
Okay.
And then I'll do a Flurry of Blows.
Sure. Go for it.
22 for
Will-
5.
Will hit for 5.
And a 7
Will not.
that will miss.
Yes.
And for the first one, I will, let's say, where are the freaking things?
Stunning strike.
Yeah, open hack technique. Can I take a reaction? That's not what I want. Push. Fall prone. I think it's got save, but dexterity save, please.
Dexterity save. All right. Saving throws. Dex plus 5 is an 8.
It will fail.
Okay.
It's
So
now prone.
it is now prone. What's a good prone icon? That's a good prone icon. All right, so it is now prone, laying on top of the remnants of the table here. That's actually really good for the melee people amongst you.
And I'll move away a little bit.
Okay, it doesn't have a reaction because you have your thing that doesn't let it get reactions.
Yep.
All right, Iberkeet, you're up.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
That seems like a super good plan.
So my AC is 15 for the next 8 hours.
Awesome.
And I'm going to move up to there.
Okay. Lumi, you're next.
Works. Prone works well for melee, not so much for ranged.
Correct.
Yep. Unless you stand next to it.
Then you get disadvantage because you're in melee range with the foe anyway.
Yep.
This frost is gonna show up on it.
Okay, save.
14 con save.
Okay, it's not immune to frost. It does have advantage on magical saves. A 20.
Saves.
All right. You can see that it has no trouble shuffling off of your. All right.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm gonna do this turn.
Okay. Zari.
So I don't know what to do, cause yeah, I'm 60 feet away, and also I didn't bring my weapon. I don't have anywhere to store it on this nice dress. So,
You're too far away, or I'd loan you my crossbow.
Go
I
up
got
and
the
hit it with a
javelin.
chair.
yeah, but I can't throw it that far. I mean, I guess I could at disadvantage, but it's
I was gonna say
prone
you were
right
at
now.
disadvantage anyway because it's prone, so you could just try throwing a chair. It's up to you.
Is there a knife on the table I can try to throw?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Let's see.
Pick one of the steak knives.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to find one that's decently balanced.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, that takes you 2 minutes.
roll throwing a knife with disadvantage because the rock is prone.
okay, I am going to just use my hand axe roll.
Works for me. A 16 will hit.
Ah, it does hit. And I believe that is a D6 in damage, or is this an improvised weapon?
Improvised weapon, so D4, I think.
Here's your D4 anyway.
Oh, okay. So 1d4
plus-
plus strength. No, you're not proficient. 1d4. So 3 damage. 3 damage is 3 damage.
Yeah, so I pick up a steak knife off the table, flip it over, hold it by the tip, and just chuck it and stab it through the wing.
Flat, 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 flat. Leorendal, you're up.
I'm in melee range. I can swing my mace at a advantage, right? 'Cause it's
Correct.
prone. So I'm gonna swing down on this birdie.
Yep.
Oh, hold on, let me.
Oh, shoot. Actually.
Do what I tell you to do, stupid thing. So advantage would be a 20.
Okay, so need to add because reasons. All right, advantage would be a 20. A 20 will hit. So 5 damage.
I just wanted to tie the guy up, but everyone had to start shooting things.
He interrupted my dinner.
Risha, the dinner interrupter is dead. Now there's a bird angry thing, and you hear a new voice in your head basically whispering, seething, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Yep. And this is when she'll finally tap in.
Eldritch Blast with disadvantage still hits. So, you all see something new from Risha. Her eyes. Give me actually a description. What does an Eldritch Blast from Risha look like?
Well, if she had Gaius on her, Gaius would actually start glowing. But basically, she just dropped her bow arm and thrusts out her left arm. And in just from the palm of her hand, a dark violet, almost obsidian color orb just shoots out.
So yeah, that happened. It's now the Vrock's turn. How far away is everybody? That one. Haha. 20. So it will use half of its movement to get up. 20 would be there. 25. Okay. Liorindal, you will get an attack of opportunity. So it moves 5, 10, 15 as it takes off in flight. 20, 25. How far away is people now? That's 20. That's less than 20. Still 25. All right. Well, we'll get here. So, Liorindal, you get attack of opportunity, no advantage because it got up. As this thing takes flight and flies over to here, DC, do you have Warcaster?
I do have Warcaster.
Okay, so DC 13 Wisdom save with advantage. How do I do advantage here? I don't know how to do advantage here. 20. So, Toll the Dead fails. As this thing screeches, I need Cryor, Lumi, and Eberkeet to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, that's gonna be rough.
So, Cryor, you are stunned until the end of its next turn. Lumi and Eberkeet, you are not.
Monk? The monk? Really?
So the monk gets stunned.
It's a con.
Yeah.
They don't have con proficiency.
All right. Cryor, you are currently stunned. Eberkeet, this thing is coming at you. Well, at least it was coming at you.
Yeah, I'm going to hit it with second level witch bolt.
Okay. $19 will hit. Roll your damage.
D12 is 9 lightning damage.
All right. So you sense your spell take hold, and the leash of lightning is connected between the two of you. It appears that this thing does not take as much damage from this lightning as you are expecting. It appears to resist it.
How far can I get while maintaining that? Not that I probably want to bother maintaining that if it's going to be resistant.
I mean, it's still guaranteed damage.
Yeah.
You can get one further away if you want.
Yeah, I could, but
Okay. Lumi.
Well, Lumi's eye is going to start to twinkle, and the constellation is going to show up.
Sure.
Archer.
Yep, that tracks.
ooh, radiant damage.
Oh, radiant damage. That's nice.
Fifteen
will
to hit.
hit. 11 radiant damage. Nice. So this thing screams in anger as the first attack, no, actually second attack that actually did it full damage, does full damage to it.
Also,
Oh, right, you saw an action.
Lumi starts charging up a bigger bead,
Okay.
casting a guiding bolt
Ah,
at
yes.
first level.
Uh-huh. 21 will hit.
For 21 damage.
20, is that radiant as well?
Yeah.
Oh, now it's super mad. Because that hurt. And it screams in anger.
And the next attack roll on it has advantage.
Yes. Speaking of the next attack roll on it, Leorindal, you're up.
Yoink.
Hiding behind me, I see.
Only there?
Hiding next to.
If we go down, we all go down together.
Touch.
Yeah, so you get... yeah, but...
Oh, is that only touch?
Yes.
It is only touch.
But you can get next to it. You have 30 feet of movement, so...
Leap onto it and send it to the floor below.
23 will hit.
I mean, it is at advantage. I could try for the crit.
It's not an advantage.
Guiding
It's
bolt.
in-
Next
It's-
attack roll. Gives
Oh,
me
it is at advantage. Yes, you are correct. Try for the crit.
Why, there it goes. Nope.
Nope. All right, so 18 damage. Yep, it's real hurt.
Dumb bird.
Risha, you're up.
Your presence here will not be tolerated.
Mind Sliver, a DC 12 intelligence save. Okay. It failed. 1 psychic damage. It takes 1 psychic damage.
And will take 1d4 less from its next saving throw.
Oh, nice. You'll have to remind me.
Will do.
Its turn. Well, there is an incapacitated person, and it is angry and hurting, and so it's going to take out... It's going to fly 5, 10... So it is going to take a full multi-attack at an incapacitated person. So beak with advantage, 24. So 8 plus 2d6. 15 damage from the beak. And 22 2d10 16 damage from the claw, so 31 damage. Cryor,
He goes down. He has 31 hit points. He's AFK.
Okay, so you guys see Cryor go down, and this thing screams in triumph. And it's now the end of next turn, so Cryor needs to make a death save. So, first death save, please, Cryor.
Beck, how do you make a death save?
I think it's a thing on your sheet. Or it's just 1d20.
If you get your hit points down to 0,
It shows
Yeah,
up.
I have it.
it should show up with a death save
Yep.
thing instead of a health thing.
Oh, wait. That one.
Death saving throw. Success! So, Cryor is currently dying, but has not failed any saves yet. Eberkeet.
Use my last level 2 spell slot. Hit it with a chromatic orb.
Okay, you're going to give up your...
It moved out of range. That breaks the...
Oh. It didn't even realize that. Okay. 17 will hit. Thunder damage is not resistant to thunder. This thing is looking very, 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 very hurt as like bits of wing and feather fly off its back with this thunderous boom of an attack. You guys are kind of in the background noticing, people screaming and dishes clattering and people trying to flee and, all that sort of stuff. But mostly you're just hearing the reverberations of the thunder from this thing, or from Eberkeet's attack. And Lumi is up.
Might as well. Bonus action, 2nd level, healing word.
Okay. Cryor heal 9.
Plus something or just 9?
That included everything. That's the spell that the D&D Beyond does all the adding for us.
Okay. I'm up?
Yes. Well, you're on the ground, but yes.
Yeah.
And then a new thing happens as Lumi flips his palm right side up and a ball of fire appears in it.
Okay. Produce flame. 17 will hit.
And he lobs said ball of fire at the bird thing, doing 3 damage. This is fire, so possibly resisted.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to do as much burning as you were expected.
Well, it does something.
It does, in fact. Zari, you're up.
Okay, so DM, I'm gonna get fancy here, and
Go for
I
it.
will see. I will see. I'm not going around. I am going to leap up on the table, jump over the gap,
Yep.
grab onto its back, and
Yep.
try to flip it and pull it down so it falls. So it falls to the lower level with me on top.
That sounds like a
Grapple.
acrobatics or athletics check to make the jump, and then a melee wrestling check for the other stuff.
Yeah, grapple.
Okay.
Grapple. So
We are going to
DC 10 athletics or acrobatics for the jump.
Yep.
Oh, Zari, you leap off of this table and like nimbly land exactly where you wanted on this creature's back. Give me advantage on your grapple check, because
let's see.
Opposed athletics versus creatures athletics or acrobatics versus attackers athletics.
Well, I got a 4. And you got a 24, so it happens exactly what you want. You do it'd be,
I believe it's falling 10 feet, so 1d6.
and you're landing on it, so do another d6. So do 2d6 damage to this thing.
Okay.
Eight. All right.
It's
You-
not willingly leaving, but it's still leaving my area. Can I make a?
No.
Forced movement.
Force movement does not. All right, so you hear ribs crunch underneath you as this thing is writhing in pain. It's still alive, but it's not very much alive. And it is now down a level, and you are now down a level on top of it. I want to send this to the back. To back. Haha. There we go. It's now 10 feet below you, Deem.
That's okay. I don't have to spare the dying Cryor to keep him alive.
Accurate.
So we're just gonna do this again.
You could jump from the top rope.
Wisdom saving throw. I have advantage on it. 11. So you guys hear this room reverberate with Toll the Dead. And Zari, you find like this thing was writhing beneath you, and all of a sudden it turns to like ashes beneath your boots, and you're left covered in dark ash as this thing slowly evaporates, and the ash then disappears after a moment or three.
Okay, I was gonna say, if this thing ruined my dress,
Your dress remains unruined.
good.
After a few moments, after like everything goes quiet, the gal on the stage who was hiding behind her base, like pokes her head out and begins clapping, and the people who remain in this building are like clapping at y'all. And we'll go ahead and end it there for this week as you guys take in a much deserved applause. And we will pick up again in not 2 weeks, because in 2 weeks I will be gone for Christmas. So probably 4 weeks, maybe? We'll see. Either way, I hope to see you all then. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It's been great having you here. Bye.